I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason.
Our opening contest is a Cruiserweight Division matchup scheduled for one fall. In the south corner, patiently waiting for the resurgence of new metal so they don't have to dance at all, it's the Warrior of Light. And in the north corner, proving that having two left feet leaves you perfectly capable of dancing provided that you also have two right feet, it's Dancing Green.
So we're all in agreement that this guy is either still stuck in 1978 or has partied so much and lost so many brain cells that he just thinks it's 1978, so he's always having a good time. Actually, that's not a half bad idea. If I could be stuck in a time when the world wasn't on fire, that'd be awesome. Time to learn about Cruiserweight M1. Simplified. As you spawn in, there will be a glowing wall around the outside of the arena. Touching this wall will immediately kick you off the dance floor. Dancing Green will jump to the middle of the arena and face north while casting Do the Hustle. There will be a semi-cylinder of rainbow disco squares on either his left or right side. When the cast ends, he will fire a 180-degree cleave on the same side as the rainbow squares. You'll just need to get to the other side to avoid them. Dancing Green will then cast 2 Snap Twist and get a single wave of rainbow cubes from one of his sides. This will be a double hit on the side that the rainbow cubes are on, followed by a single hit on the opposite side after the double hit has gone off. So you'll need to wait on the other side of the cubes and wait for the first 2 hits to go off before moving to that side and dodge the single hit. Dancing Green will also cast 4 Snap Twist with the same single wave of rainbow cubes. This is the same as 2 Snap Twist, but this time there will be 4 hits followed by the single opposite side hit. So again, you'll need to wait on the other side of the cubes for the 4 hits to go off before moving into them to dodge the final attack. Getting hit by any of the cleaves for any of the previous mechanics will give you a Vuln stack. Deep Cut will give both tanks a Tank Buster. This will be a narrow conal cleaving Tank Buster through where the tanks are positioned, so tanks will need to move away from the rest of the party and take these. Everyone else will need to make sure that they stay away from the tanks, or else those 4 straight shots of tequila and Jägermeister will make you hit the floor a lot sooner than you think. Dancing Green will move back into the middle of the room and cast Funky Floor. This will change the arena into a checkerboard pattern of AoEs. Every second square around the arena will be safe. After the first set of AoEs go off, the AoEs and safe squares will swap. The safe squares and AoE squares will continue to alternate as the mechanic continues. Getting hit by any of the AoEs will give you a Vuln stack. As this is going on, one player will get a stack marker with the cast of Full Beat. I'd recommend grouping up on one of the squares close to Dancing Green to share the damage. After the arena returns to normal, Dancing Green will cast Disco Infernal, which is a room-wide AoE. This will also give everyone 2 separate debuffs of Burn Baby Burn, each with a different timer length. One will last 17 seconds and the other will last 35 seconds. You'll need to keep this in mind for what comes next. There'll be 4 spotlights that will start on spots towards each cardinal direction and travel in a straight line to the other side of the arena, stopping at each end of their travel for a few seconds. As the timer for your first debuff begins to count down from 5, a pentagon disco icon will appear above your head and start to count down along with it. When it reaches 0, you'll need to be standing in a spotlight to bask in the glory and get the debuff of In the Spotlight. You will lose control of your character and do a little dance move to show that you've done the mechanic correctly. If you fail to get into a spotlight by the time the debuff expires, you'll be sent to the floor and get the debuff of Spotlightless, which will give you a very hard hit, a Vuln stack, and throw you into the air. It doesn't matter which spotlight you get in, just as long as you get there before your debuff expires. After the first debuff goes off, there will be a Do the Hustle cast, so make sure that you dodge to the opposite side to avoid the attack. After Do the Hustle goes off, you'll need to get ready to stand in the next spotlight before your second debuff expires. Celebrate Good Times is a room-wide AoE. Dancing Green will then cast Ride the Waves. On the north side of the arena, 7 out of the 8 squares will have a pulsating arrow pointing south, with one of the middle squares being empty. The squares with a pulsating arrow in them will light up in a multicolored AoE that will slowly begin to move down the arena 1 square at a time. This AoE is only 3 squares deep, but you'll still need to get to the empty safe column to dodge the AoEs. After these 3 squares have appeared, there will be a blank row followed by another set of pulsating arrows above the floor that will create another wave of AoEs going off with a different empty safe zone. So when the first set goes past, you'll need to quickly move into the next safe zone to dodge the next set of AoEs. If you get hit by any of the AoEs in the waves, they will give you a Vuln stack. As the second set goes past, Dancing Green will move into the middle of the room and perform either the 2 Snap or 4 Snap Twist. So dodge around everything as best you can. After another room-wide AoE, Dancing Green will move to the north end of the arena and gain the debuff of Directional Disregard. This means that all melee positional requirements for actions are nullified until he loses this debuff. Dancing Green will cast Ensemble Assemble. A bar labeled Grooviness will appear. This will be important for later. 8 spotlights will appear on podiums outside of the arena, which will have disco frogs with afros spawn on them, all named Frogtourage. You know they are true disco aficionados because of the afros. Dancing Green will then cast Arcadion Night Fever as the lights in the arena are dimmed. When the cast ends, Dancing Green will fire a pulse of energy to each of the frogs one at a time from left to right. A spotlight will shine on each of the frogs and they will boogie to either the left or right, extending their arm on that side. inside. This will be important for what comes next. After all 8 frogs have been given energy, Dancing Green will tether to each of them one at a time down the line and cast Let's Dance. When the cast ends, the arena will light up and Dancing Green will begin to cleave half of the arena 8 times. The direction that he will cleave will be indicated by the arm of each frog in order from left to right. So if the frog is pointing to the left side of the arena, the left side will be cleaved, and if the frog is pointing to the right side of the arena, the right side will be cleaved. Each side will be cleaved approximately every 2 seconds, so you'll need to dodge from side to side as best you can. Getting hit by any of the cleaves will give you a Vuln stack. Every time a player dodges the half-room cleave, they will increase the grooviness meter by approximately 1.6. The more players that dodge each cleave, the more the bar will fill. After all of the cleaves have been performed, Dancing Green will cast Let's Pose. This is a room-wide AoE that will stun you in place for a second. If you've been hit by any of the cleaves, you'll receive an additional fairly hard damaging hit. However, if you have completely dodged all of the half-room cleaves, not only will you not take any additional damage, but you will also get text on the screen that says Perfect Groove and give you a 20-second damage up buff. If the grooviness bar fills up, which means all players did the mechanic flawlessly, everyone will get the damage up buff and the limit break gauge will grow by 33%, which is the equivalent of a full bar. Dancing Green will jump into the middle of the arena and cast Frog Tourage. 2 frogs will appear on the north and south end of the arena and begin to moonwalk across the arena, leaving a thin glowing line on the ground. The frogs will travel around the outside of the arena until they get back to where they started. The box that they encompass will burst in a light AoE, so you'll need to stay in the middle of the arena to dodge it. Getting hit by one of these AoEs will give you a Vuln stack. At the same time as they are traveling, everyone will get a point-blank AoE, so everyone will need to wait for the frogs AoEs to go off and then spread out to avoid overlapping the point-blank AoEs. Following this will be another funky floor with either a 2-snap or 4-snap twist. Then it's another room-wide AoE followed by another Disco Infernal, which will give you 2 Burn Baby Burn debuffs, which will have 10 seconds and 44 seconds respectively. This time there will be 3 spotlights instead of 4, and the countdown to the first debuff will be getting ready to go off with the icon above your head, so you'll need to quickly get into a spotlight to solve the first debuff. As this is happening, 2 moonwalking frogs will appear and create their boxes that will contain their AoEs. These will either be on the outside like they were earlier, or they might cross over their paths and hit the middle section on the inside, in which case you'll need to make sure that you get to the sides of the boxes before they go off. As they are about to go off, there will be another 2 or 4 snap twist, so you'll need to dodge to the safe side as well as staying away from the boxed AoEs. After this, there will be another set of 2 or 4 snap twist, along with another pair of frogs that will be creating another set of boxes. This set of boxes will show you which of the 3 spotlights will be safe to stand in. If the frogs cross over each other so they will hit the middle, the spotlight on the diagonal will always be safe. The spotlight that is moving perpendicular to the danger zone is also safe, but the diagonal will always guarantee a safe area if the frogs hit the inside. If the frogs hit the outside, you'll need to notice which of the 2 middle spotlights are moving alongside and in between the danger areas. This spotlight will be the only safe spotlight, so you'll need to quickly move into this one to dodge the hit. From here, mechanics will begin to repeat until Dancing Green has been defeated. Congratulations, you have defeated M5. My name is The Scrub. Thank you for watching.